Olight has a new pocket-sized 18650 EDC light with the revised S2R Baton version 2. I'm going to be calling this the Blue Edition for more than one reason that I'll get into during my review. As we can see, it does have a new pocket clip here that is blue or black. Thanks to Olight for sending this to me to take a look at. Olight is having a flash sale on the S2R Baton II on Friday, November 9th, 2018. If you're interested in getting this light for a pretty good sized discount, I'll have a link in the video description below. Make sure to check it out. So here is the packaging, and Olight has a theme for 2018 and the S2R Baton is no different. It's got this white cardboard box that's a zip top, which isn't my favorite. On the side you get a QR code and a note about the 5-year warranty. On the other side it kind of gives you some applications potentially. Then you get facts and stats about the light, and I'll kind of hold it up here so you can see the specifications a little bit better. I do wish they'd put the serial number of this light on a different place. They've got it on the other half of this open top and it's easy to get lost. Inside, the light ships in this plastic white container like this, and on the underside here are all the accessories. First of all, you get a nice instruction manual written in English, really well, easy to follow. This version doesn't have any difference. This does have the USA customer warranty and things like that. You get this nice felt bag that says Olight on it. You get an extra black pocket clip in case you don't like the blue one that the light comes on. You get this nice Olight lanyard with the needle to thread it. And then you get the new faster charger. More on this here in a bit. The light also ships with a Olight branded 3200 milliamp hour 18650 battery. This is a high drain battery, they say. The model number is ORB186C32, and this is a Olight proprietary style battery. If you've seen my review on the Olight S1R Baton II that I did a few weeks ago, you'll notice a lot of similarities in the new Olight S2R Baton II. This light is made from aluminum and is anodized in a semi-gloss black finish. Starting at the tail of the light, you have the same magnetic charging point. I did test to see if this was safe, and it is by putting some steel wool across it, chest tech for shorts. There is a magnet in here, and it's quite strong. It has no problem holding the light in a horizontal lanyard on a painted steel surface. The tail also has a spot here drilled for a lanyard. The body tube and tail cap are all one piece in this model as well. Changed from version 1 of the S2R Baton is the grip pattern. On version 2 here, it's kind of this corn cob pyramid with the tops lopped off. On the old version, it was squares that were pretty soft and pretty non-grippy, and gone are the flats milled in it as well. I like this new texture. It provides a lot of grip without being too aggressive, where I don't think it'll tear up your pocket. At least for me, so far it hasn't. The head is nearly identical to the look of the S1R Baton II, just slightly longer in both the top and the bottom part. The buttons, as we can see here, have the same Olight blue halo, and they have the LED in the center. The clip here is removable. It's a little hard to do so, but not too bad. As you can see there, it's milled in place. It's a fixed position clip, so it doesn't rotate around. As I mentioned before, they've got a new PVD blue finish on here. It seems to be pretty durable so far, and I really like this style of clip from Olight. It's not quite as deep as what's on the first version, but with this light's overall length reduction, I don't notice really any difference. The only markings on the light are on this, it's showing the model number, and on this side you've got Olight. The top of the light is flush, nearly flush with the top, a little bit different from what we've seen from the S1R Baton II. That overlaps the top just a little bit there. You can see that it is engraved with the 1150 lumens and a color temperature of a whopping 7500 Kelvin, meaning it's quite blue, and a CRI of only 70. And it features the revised TIR optic that we also saw in the S1R Baton II. And I'll talk more about that here in the runtime section. The S2R Baton II shrinks a little in size over version 1 by about 5.5 millimeters by my measurements. Diameter of the head is reduced by 0.10 millimeters. And overall, the S2R Baton II length is 99.6 millimeters. Diameter at the head is 23.91 millimeters. And weight with the battery is 97 grams. And just a comparison here between the two visually, you can see the differences. And here is the almighty dollar to compare it to size-wise. Olight has chosen a luminous SST40 LED in cool white. Unfortunately, in this light, it's a very cool white at 7500 Kelvin. This means it's a pretty blue beam, and I'll throw in my beam shots to show you that. Mine seems to have a very slight green tinge to it as well on lower levels. Personally, this is a little disappointing. I don't find the emitter in the S1R Baton I reviewed a few weeks ago quite so cold, even though it is the same emitter. But in the S2R2, it's cooler. I personally prefer a neutral or warm white, and I suspect Olight chose such a cool tint because they can get a slightly higher lumen number out of it, which could be a benefit in the numbers race game. As usual, it's hard to tell beam pattern from my camera lights here, but the revised TIR optic is in this light. On the left, I've got the new S2R Baton II. On the right, I've got the old S1R Baton. And you can see the differences in the TIR optic. On the left, on the new light, gone is the little bubble in the middle. And on the new light, it's now flat. Both lenses are still concave. Looking in, you can see the LED much better on the S2R. The effect on the beam pattern is the larger hot center that is produced on the S2R Baton II, slightly. The spill is present, but it's not quite as intense. I'd say it's still very similar to the Gen 1 TIR optic, and that one isn't largely better than the other in my opinion. Here is my night shots for the Olight S2R Baton II, and you can see this is half a lumen in moonlight mode, and this is really hard to show on camera, but we can just barely see it there at my feet. This is half a lumen. If we bump up to low, this is about 15 lumens here. We can see it does a nice job on my deck. You can even start to see the neighbor's fence just a little bit. Bumping up one more time. This is a very reasonable mode. Runtime is great in this mode. But we can start to see really the cool white effects. More on that in a minute. Bumping up one more time. This is considered high. If I remember right, this is about 400 lumens. It throws reasonably well. We can see the end of the neighbor's fence there, but can't really see any of the trees beyond that. And this is turbo. This is the full 1125 lumens. Into the neighbor's fence is fine. We can start to see the trees there. This isn't a thrower, but it does a decent job of throwing just the sheer lumen power. The light does have strobe, as you can see here. On the left, I have the old S2R Baton, and on the right, I have the new version 2. Both are very similar lumen levels I've got them set at, so let's kind of see the difference in the beam qualities. On the new one, you can see that hot center. On the left, the beam's a little more spread out. On the left, you can see it's also a warmer tint color. This new light, while it might look a little more white in camera, in person it's fairly blue. It's 7500 Kelvin, which is pretty cool white blue. So this is turbo on the old model. It's about 1000 lumens, 900 something like that if I remember right. And here is turbo on the new model. And we can see how much more blue that is. Again, here's the old model. And this isn't a warm LED. And here is the new version 2. Here is the Olight S2R Baton version 2. And here is the new Astrolux S43 in niche emitters. The Astrolux is a little brighter light, but you can see how much warmer the tint is, how much nicer the colors are. Comparison to the Olight here, it's just a lot cooler, a lot duller colors, I think. Again, the Astrolux with the Nisha emitters and the 7500 Kelvin Olight. Runtime was similar to what I've come to expect out of the new breed of high output lumen lights. Total runtime was about 350 minutes from turbo to where the light shut off. Turbo, 1150 lumens, lasted for 2 minutes before the light stepped down significantly to 400 lumens, where it lasted for 230 minutes. From my graph, you can see the light stepped down to gain medium at 120 lumens for about 20 minutes, and then it stepped down again to low at 15 lumens, and slowly faded into moonlight mode at half a lumen. I'll throw my output graph from the original S2R up here to compare. It's quite a bit different. I kind of like how high is higher in the S2R. My guess is Olight decided to make only high only 400 lumens in the S2R to increase runtime and to make heat less of a factor. For EDC, this is probably okay, but I think in several situations I'd be bumping up to turbo more than that. The UI on this light is similar to other Olights that I've recently tested and many have come to know and like. I like that this light fades from a slow on and off between modes, and you can see here. And when you turn it off, it fades out slowly. From off, long press to activate moonlight mode. As you can see, that's on. Press again to shut it off. To turn on the normal modes, just single click the switch, and then you can hold to keep going up in brightness and just stop wherever you want it. Double click to go to turbo, and triple click to go to strobe. The light features memory modes for the normal modes, turbo not, or strobe not included. Lockout can be accomplished when the light is off by pressing and holding that switch for 2 seconds until moonlight mode comes on and then immediately shuts off. If you then press the button, the red LED will show that you're under lockout mode. To exit lockout mode, press the button for 1 second until moonlight mode stays on. Personally, I'll just give the body of the light a quick quarter turn to go into lockout or to return from lockout. I think it's easier. The light also has the short 3 and 9 minute timer functions, and you can see the manual to see how those are reached. That's personally a feature I never use. This light also features the new MCC2 charger, like we saw on the S1R Baton, and its edges are rounder. It's this nice brighter blue. It's just standard USB. This version is black on the bottom, and what you can't see without the light plugged in is at the bottom is your charging indicator. And this light, says it'll charge at 1 amp. And from my total charge time though was a total of 5 hours and 30 minutes from flat. Maximum charge rate I saw was 0.85 amps. And I tested this on 2 different chargers with 2 different meters to check what I saw, and it was the same each time. 5.5 hours is quite a little bit slow, I think, and I'd like to see higher than a 1 amp charge speed offered on their chargers because it's just a very slight bump. That said, it's a very safe, conservative design. And as I mentioned before, the LED indicator has moved on this to the bottom here, and it used to be on the edge of the cable here. As I've said before, this is a good and bad thing. If you use this charger in the light in a horizontal position like this, you can't see your charging indicator status anymore. This is good and bad, especially if you use it at night and you want to block out all the LEDs in your room. The other thing you can do is just lay it over. Makes it easy to snap to and charge. Honestly, this is how I charge most often because it's not the most stable in this position. So how is this light as an EDC? Well, I'm a big fan of 18650 lights in flashlights. I don't love them for EDC because of the increased diameter usually. The S2R is an exception to that. It's quite narrow, and combine that with the deep carry pocket clip, and I find it carries quite well in front jean pockets, and it hasn't been a problem. Olight has included this double direction clip, and I've got it clipped in the way that I normally carry the light. And as you can see here, just a little bit sticks up out of your pocket. It's not much. It is a head up carry, and that pocket clip doesn't fit down lower on the body. A friend of mine, that bugs him quite a bit. He wished the clip was reversible. He prefers to carry tip down. If you don't like this new blue clip, don't worry. They do include the standard black clip as well. You can attach the lanyard at the base of the light like I showed earlier, or in either of these two positions. So for me, the pros of this light are, I like the new barrel design and grip. It increases grip, but it's not too aggressive. I think this carries well in the pocket for an EDC. And the new charger with the speed increase is good, but the LED charge on the bottom isn't my favorite design. The cons for me is that 7,500 Kelvin temperature is really cold in tint, more so than the old model, which you'll see from my night shots. Olight seems to not want to produce a warm or neutral tint light because they claim they don't sell as well. And I'd love to see a high CRI option in this as well. Maybe they could do a group buy and in a warm tint and really demonstrate how much the enthusiast community wants warmer and neutral tints. This light I don't think is very mod friendly. The bezel here is really pretty far recessed and it seems glued. And the proprietary battery is necessary for onboard recharging to work. And the light does feature a button top. You can fit like a VTC6 in here if you've got a battery if you want. My conclusion is the Olight S2R Baton II is a smaller incremental design over the original S2R. Both lights excel in the EDC categories in my opinion due to their small diameter and deep carry pocket clips. The S2R2 clip is slightly less deep carry, but the light overall is slightly shorter, so it kind of balances out. For me, the S2R Baton falls down with its choice in LED and there only being one tint option. 7,500 Kelvin is a very cool tint. While it's personally not my preference, being so cold, it seems the majority of enthusiasts like myself prefer a neutral or warm tint LED or high CRI option if available. For me, I'd prefer this, and I'd take a little bit of a lumen cut or runtime cut to accomplish this. I do understand though that the flashlight market seems to focus on lumen count, not CRI or tint. If you like a cool tint light and are looking for a great EDC form factor, the Olight S2R Baton will fit the bill quite well. Don't forget, Olight is having a flash sale on the S2R Baton II on Friday, November 9th, 2018. If you're interested, please check out the description as I have a link that helps support this channel if you're interested in that. As always, thanks for watching my video. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you've got an S2R Baton II or the original, let me know what you think of them and what you think of this new model too. Thanks for watching my video. As always, liking and subscribing helps me continue to bring videos like this to you. Thanks for watching.